Hi there, I'm Dr. Laquita J, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things in between being and becoming a pharmacist. How you doing? You all right? In this week's success video, I am going to end our series. And if you do not know, I am a Naplex success coach. I help pharmacists pass their Naplex in 6 months or less by shifting their mindsets, strategizing their plans so they're effective for the Naplex exam. And I have this amazing newsletter that comes out every single Tuesday called PharmD Moving Forward. And in February, we asked the newsletter, what topics did you want to hear from us? And they said mindset. So hence we've been talking and focusing on mindset this entire month. And this will be our last installation of it. So if you haven't watched any of them, I'll put some link in below to make sure we have it. I have to remind myself when I say this so I can make sure I have it ready. So we link somewhere below. And with that said, I want to, after recording last week's video, after I hit the recording button, I was like, you was really holding back on them. And I was holding back on you guys because I said it's something that became so profound to me last week. And I actually said on the upcoming podcast that I'll be guest host on coming up soon. And it was talking about perfectionism. And we as pharmacists, we have this, we gotta be excellent. We have that that feeling, the weight of needing to be the perfect pharmacist. Never missing a clinical detail, never making a dosing mistake, always knowing the right answer. We always deal with that. And even if that's you, it's this perfectionism. Because in this world of pharmacy, precision, precision is very critical. And the stakes are high. We are drilled in pharmacy school not to kill anyone. Because a mistake can kill someone. So that becomes perfectionism, and we end up becoming a robot. And it often feels like this is a requirement, rather than a burden. But the question is, today I want to propose to you, and this is the mindset of it all. But is it really serving you, or is it holding us back silently? Is it silently holding you back? Is it? Is it really serving us, or is it holding us back? I want to make sure I say that to you. Is it really serving you, or is it holding you back? Right? This illusion of perfection in pharmacy. Perfectionism is not the same thing as striving for excellence. It's not. I think we often get that confused. Excellence pushes us to improve. Perfectionism convinces us that anything less than flawless is unacceptable. And this belief can really have us paralyzed, making even the most competent pharmacists second guess every single decision, overwork themselves, as well as procrastinate for fear of making mistakes. And this is a lot of times I see, especially in my profession of working with pharmacists who have had a failed attempt at the Naplex. We are trained meticulously and rightfully so that patient rely on us for accuracy and safety. We are drilled that. However, It's this pressure of to be perfect becomes a heavy shield that keeps us from embracing learning moments and adapting to challenges and growing our careers. We begin to believe that our worth is tied to our ability to perform flawless. If this you, just say this is me in the comments. Before I get to start, let me stop. I'm about to go start, let me stop. Instead of instead of asking, how can I improve? We ask, what if? What if the patient think I did something wrong? What if I look incompetent? What if I don't look smart enough? Oh, I'm not smart enough. Not saying how I can improve. And this 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 perfectionism, it often operates in the extremes. You know, it's you're going to excel. Are you going to feel validated? You're going to excel and feel validated, or you're going to make a mistake and feel like a failure. This black and white thinking can really lead to the imposter syndrome, the burnout, and even the career stagnation. Because we adopted this thing of, if I make a mistake, I'm going to fail the exam. I make a mistake, somebody's going to die. I make a mistake, everything's going to happen. It's like, instead of viewing mistakes as learning opportunities, we have inner internalized them as proof that we're not good enough. And that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be at all. It shouldn't be. Because then we start to spend hours doubling, tripling, checking our work, spending time learning every single thing about a disease state that's not even relevant. You failed and you feel like I got to know every single strength of a medication. But we totally miss what the medication is doing and how it works in the body. The fear of practicing and you're delegating tasks. You're struggling to move forward after receiving constructive feedback. The fear of the judgment looms larger and larger, making sure you're hesitant to take risks on anything, even if it's pursuing a new role in your career, speaking up in meetings, trusting your own clinical knowledge, trusting that you know the knowledge to apply to an exam. It's that perfectionism. It's truly that perfectionism. And we struggle with it. We struggle with it because we overthink decisions, leading to insufficiency and stress. We have difficulty accepting feedback, interpreting it as criticism rather than guidance. We become exhausted from overworking and trying to meet these unrealistic self-imposed standards. And truly ironically, while perfectionism is meant to protect us from failure, it often keeps us from fully succeeding. It limits our creativity and the willingness to step outside of our comfort zones. Because the true thing of it all I'm saying is this specific thing. We are searching for something that does not exist. Just think about it. The only time, the only time you see perfectionism or perfection, it's a no perfection. The only time you see perfection is on a test that's graded and you have reached the highest of the highest score for that. That's it. That's the only time you see perfection. Is when you see the high. If it's a test, it's a numeric exam, and they specifically said this number is the highest you can achieve, and that is perfection. So we're always seeking something that does not exist. Think about any test. Think about paternity tests. They don't say this is 100% this person's he's the father. They would say this is 99.9%. You even got a 0.01% chance. When you learn biostatistics, we said if the alpha level is less than what? Less than 0.05%, 0.5, 0.05, right? Then there's a 95% chance that the type 1 error. See what I'm saying? Like that's a see we before I get into that teaching, because I'm not even trying to teach y'all. See, my brain be going and let me stop because I'm about to start teaching, but let me stop, right? But even so with that, it wasn't 100%. Even with alpha levels in your prep book, they have 0.05, 0.01, or 0.001. Right? It's literally that. It's literally that. So I will say to you, like in all, like we are searching for something that just does not exist. Even on your Naplex, it's going to either have pass or fail. When it was numerically scored, it literally had it literally had with the scored, the baseline was 75. That still wasn't perfection. I mean perfection. It still wasn't. You just needed a 75 to pass. We're chasing something that doesn't exist. So how to break free from perfectionism. Because we're maintaining high standards. And it's self-imposed high standards. And it goes back to the very first question that I started with. But is it serving us or is it silently holding us back? Is your perfectionism serving you or is it holding you back? Again, what we said last week, awareness is the first step of transformation. Awareness. Simply aware. Simply aware. We're not even ready for tools to get rid of perfectionism. Because sometimes I'll give you one. I give you one. When you realize that your perfectionism, is it serving you or is it holding you back? If it's serving you, you know your reasonings. If it say this is why it's serving you. But if you said it's serving you, I'm not going to even just let that be. If you say it's holding you back, give yourself permission to be human. Because in this podcast interview I just had, and it'll be released, and I'll make sure I will say this. And one of the topics it was with an MD, and one of the topics that came up is that when we're in these professional schools, we're taught to be robots. When you go to work and start practicing, you're taught to be a robot. We forget that we are human. We are humans. We are humans. And mistakes in our perfection is inevitable. And they do not define our capabilities. They are just merely stepping stones for us to become better pharmacists. They are stepping stones. Because I said it before and I'm going to say it again. If I never, ever, ever failed the Naplex, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I knew at some point I was going to do business. That's just without a doubt. I know that. I'm such a multi-passionate, multifaceted person. But to be doing this level of business with deformity to RPH, we never thought about it until then. Until I really saw the need and what was happening and how the gap that needed to be fulfilled. I saw it then. And I also would tell you too, and I'm going to close with this, my final thoughts. Perfectionism may have you push you to where you are today. It may very so much has. You survive pharmacy school, you survive different things. But it doesn't have to dictate where you go next. Professionalism does not have to dictate where you go next. It does not. Yes, our profession of pharmacy is about accuracy and responsibility, but it's also about adaptability, growth, and resilience. Because even your boss know that we can't receive a certain level number. That's why I give us like a 95% number. To achieve this rate, this metric by 95% of do this 95% of the time. Because they want to know, can you be adaptable? Can you grow from this mistake or this learning experience? Can we build resilience? Because the best pharmacists are not the ones who never made a mistake. They are the ones who learned from them, moved forward, and kept showing up. You're looking at one right now. I made many mistakes. I still make mistakes. But I'm wise enough to learn from them. I'm wise enough to move forward from them. Even though sometimes it may be a little gap before I do. But we move forward. And I keep showing up. So let's aim for excellence and not perfection. Let's aim. Okay. Well, until next time, remember that pharmacists only live if you are. Now I want you to go be great and be awesome and talk to you guys later. Peace out.